Hi everybody, so I'm here today with part 2 of my Dior Holiday collection review. So today we are going for a much warmer look. I have the other eyeshadow palette from the Holiday 2025 collection. This one is called the Fiery Circus. So I'm going to try a look or two looks, I haven't quite decided with that today. I've also got the brightest of the 3 new blush launches that we had from Dior for the holidays, and this one is Fiery Red, so we are going full fire today. I also have the new, what's it called? Abracadillo, which is quite clever, isn't it? The new Glow Maximizer, the liquid. I love these, and this one looks so sparkly, it looks so fun. I can't wait to try that highlighter today. And I've got one of the 4 lipsticks that launched. This one is, the shade I've got is more of a sort of brownie pink. This is in the satin finish. So let's complete looking at the full Dior collection. Hopefully you've seen part 1, which went out yesterday, which was a much more cool tone with the Plum Parade, which I absolutely loved. But today we are going full warm. So I can't wait to get started with this. I love a Dior collection. And I'm going to be quite sad to finish my Holiday Dior launch videos because this will be my last one, I think, unless they go and launch another load. Hopefully for the sake of my wallet they don't. But I will be quite sad, but I also can't wait to use them all because they are phenomenal this year. They really, really are. Anyway, if you're new here, hi, my name is Hannah. I'm 48. I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks, and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this content, I do upload here all the time on my channel, especially now with the holiday releases. So I would love it ever so much if you did subscribe. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back. I truly appreciate you for being here. And my skin tone, looking at matching up with these colours, which could be tricky for me today. I have fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones, but they do lean a little bit neutral, so hopefully I can get away with these warms today. And I've also got blue eyes. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's dive straight into the Dior review. So let's address the elephant in the room straight away, and that is my bright orange hair. What do you think? Totally accidental. If any of you were listening to my water woes about not having hot water for a whole week, yesterday the plumber left, my water was still broken, my pump is still broken, blah blah blah. But if I switch all different pipes on and complicated things, I can get a short burst of hot water. So I was able to wash my hair properly in hot water yesterday. So I decided to go full on, do every treatment known to man because my hair felt like it needed it after a week of cold water. And I put on a copper refresh mask. It's not a permanent colour, it's to refresh my copper hair, which, if you've noticed, since I had it done, it's lost its copper quite a lot. It was my first time doing it, and I will go back and do it again to hopefully get my hair more used to these shades because I do like them a lot, but I have lost them a lot. So I put my copper refresh mask on and all of my blonde highlights went orange. Yes. Orange is not a colour that works for my skin tone. It's not the intended colour. But I decided I'm not going to wash off all the fabulous treatments I put in my hair. It feels so silky, soft and healthy today. I'm leaving it, and I'm going to just leave it because my hair doesn't like to be washed regularly. So I'm staying orange for a bit. So fully embracing it with my warm, rusty orange sort of top. And my headband, which is it's got hand embroidery on it, handmade embroidered headband. Isn't it beautiful? eBay, by the way, from someone that makes them all on request, so if you want the link for that, let me know. I've got a few of them. First chance to really use it because this is just a perfect match with my orange streaks. Anyway, so if you think I look ridiculous, that's why. Also, very quickly, I have asked for so much feedback on my lighting over the last few months, changing all of my lights, all of my settings. I'm not really changing them anymore. I really appreciate every bit of feedback, and obviously I still want that feedback, but I'm experimenting with colours at the moment, as you can probably tell. Yesterday I got a few comments from people saying how much they like the colour. I've slightly lowered the tone, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to sort of fiddle with it myself. But I did get a comment saying I need to buy more lights, it needs to be brighter, comparing me to other creators, and I looked at the creators that were mentioned and they both film in natural daylight, something I cannot do in this room. It's very dark here. I also live in Wales. I don't live in bright sunny areas of the US that the creators they mentioned do. So whilst I appreciate your feedback, I honestly cannot spend another £1 on lights. I've spent thousands on lights this year to try and make them work, and I will have to make the most of what I've got. So I will tweak things, I will change things, and I will always appreciate your feedback, but asking me to completely change everything again is a bit much, and I can't do it. So I just need to make the best of what I've got. So I just wanted to say that and close the subject, if I could. Let's dive straight into this Dior review and forget all about lights and orange hair. So the first thing we're going to do is look at this eyeshadow. I'm just tipping out the 2 brushes that never get used and get binned by me every time. But anyway, these are the 2 brushes we're getting. I probably didn't show these to you yesterday with the Plum Parade, but it's the classic ones, the sponge tip there, and then the little brush there. So useful for on the go possibly. But before I do anything, here's my swatch video of this palette. So here we go. And as with the other one, this one is £62. It's number 636, Fiery Circus with gold pearlescent pigments. So I've dug out a few palettes to compare to see if we have anything from our collections that are similar. And probably straight away the most similar one is the holiday launch from last year. So that one was called 643 Golden Masquerade. So this is the one from last year and this is the one from this year. So we have a gold in the middle, we have similar reddish tones. They look very similar, but it is missing this fiery sort of copper here, which is quite something. So I will do a swatch comparison of the 2 of these, because you might have picked the holiday one up and you'll be curious. But straight away, swatching this copper, which is really, it's gorgeous actually. I don't think any of the ones that I'm about to show you have a hint of that. So it's going to stand out straight away based on that, but possibly not so much the other shades. So what did I say it was called? Golden Masquerade, wasn't it? This one is Golden Masquerade here, and here is the one we're getting this year. So really the standout difference, as I expected, is this. This is also quite bright as well, so it's just more colourful this year. It is quite different. They look very similar when you see them side by side, but they're not. So that was the most similar comparison I've got to show you. I do have the cool tone one from last year as well, just to show you quickly, but there's no similarities. That's the one with silver in the middle and it's cool toned. And it doesn't match the Plum Parade either, by the way. So what else did I get out? I don't really know why I've got this one. This is Rose Organza from the Couleurs release. The only one that looks slightly similar is this one and this one maybe, but I won't swatch them because they are just completely different palettes. And this is you're looking for the fire shade. That's what's giving it its name, is the fire, which we're not getting really in any of these. This one is a bit similar. This one is the Pink Riviera. I think somebody asked me about the coral one, but it's just not remotely the same. But I did check it, but I haven't even added it to my list to do a comparison because they're so different. And none of the corals match this shade here. I think I've bought every single Dior eyeshadow that was launched for the last few years really, and I don't have any coral palettes with this sort of fiery orange. It's quite unique for Dior, I think. Certainly in my collection it is. Maybe there's older palettes which have something similar. Here is Pink Riviera compared with this one. And you could sort of argue there's a little bit of similarity there, but obviously the central colour in Pink Riviera is this pink, and the holiday one is this gold. So again, I wouldn't say it's a match. They are definitely pretty different, aren't they? And the last one I've got out to look at is from the Miss Dior collection. which is Wild Beige. I must have spotted something in this to think they should be compared. So not a lot of crossovers there, but the ones I think look slightly similar, I will just do a quick comparison so you can see them next to each other. So here is Wild Beige. Nothing similar at all. I just don't think we have this. I think Dior have done a good job. They did the same with the Plum Parade. I don't think there's another Plum Parade sort of quint from Dior in recent years. So I think they've come out with two very sort of unique quints for Christmas. And I think they're both really, really attractive. And I think they're really catering to the two tastes of warm and cool. Whether this will work on me when my preference is cool and I love that plum is a very different matter. But now I've got an orange streak in my hair, maybe it'll work for me. Who knows, maybe it was a happy accident, seeing as I virtually match. My hair matches. Don't you think? Right, so what am I going to do with this today? Let's just go for it. Let's just put this one all over the eyes, a one and done. So I'm taking my Victoria Beckham fluffy brush. I must admit though, I love this shade. Whether it suits me, I don't know. I love it. And I think on deeper skin tones and warm skin tones especially, it could be really pretty. But I'm going to be quite tentative with my application, just to see if I can make it work on my fair skin, and if I can get away with the warmer tones. But it's such a nice shade, isn't it? So obviously applying it with a brush like this is going to give me a light application. I could really build it up if I went with a wet brush or my finger, but it's building up quite a lot just doing this actually. Wow, that is, I really am matching my hair there. It's like I put this through my hair. Wow, that is a gorgeous shade though. Look at that. If you've got warm skin tones, this is going to look sensational on you. Oh, that is so good. That's what wowed me with the Plum Parade, was these sort of one and done shades that these quints have. So for the other side, I will go with, I'll go with this one as a one and done. I think this one's just too red as a one and done. Certainly on me it is. It might not be on you. I will use the red, even though it's the one I'm more fearful of, but from swatching it, it's not massively pigmented. It's a Dior Careful red, if you like. And it's quite a majestic red, isn't it? Very suitable for this time of year. Oh, this is another gorgeous one and done. It's so silky smooth. They're all shimmers again, like with Plum Parade. So you're not getting any mattes, but it's again the sort of shimmers that just work so well on mature skin. You can get away with it without it emphasising anything. And they're so easy to blend. They're as easy as a matte anyway, as easy as a soft buttery matte to blend. They're really, really, really easy to work with. In fact, I might even argue they're easier than a matte, especially when dealing with bright shades like this red. I'd be surprised if I don't think that's really easy to work with as well. So this one is, this sort of shade I would say is quite good as a everyday shade that would go with most looks. Whereas this one, I think you have to be a bit more specific in what you're wearing and styling it with. But this shade on its own as a one and done works very well. I'll take both shades underneath the eyes now. I'm now adding this underneath on this side. I do feel quite nervous every time I look at this side of my face. But we do have that fiery blush to look at, to bring a bit of colour to my face, and we haven't finished the look yet, so let's not worry too much quite yet. So now for adding depth, really this is the only one, isn't it? Now I don't know what I'll do with the orange side because I've gone all orange. Shall I try this maybe as a liner shade with the orange? Let's see. It's not the best colour for me. I'm thinking for me, I will have to, yeah, I'll start to look unwell with this. I will have to add a liner. Yesterday with the Plum Parade, I felt I didn't need a liner. I felt it had two good options. But on my skin tone, this definitely needs something. Yeah, that's not a good shade for me as a liner, is it? Anyway, let's take the Wayne Goss number 6 with this red and start building up some depth on top of the brown, maybe layered, so it's not a sort of neat red. It might work on my skin tone, and it might work quite nicely with that brown underneath. Yeah, it does, without being over the top. Like I said, wearing this on its own, I don't think it works for me. But if you've got a different skin tone to mine, yeah, that just about works without me thinking it's not. Yeah, I really like these two actually. I'm going to try the same on the other side actually. Let's try building up here. Maybe on top of the orange, it will just slightly bring down, give it a bit of depth. Yeah, I do like these two together. Whether they work on me or not, I really don't know at the moment, but I do like the colours. They're very, very pretty. And I can see these two being beautiful on a light medium, maybe even medium to deep skin tone. This really will need to be a question of trust the process, I think. Whether trust it or not trust it is a question. So I think I'll go with the gold. Shall I try a bit in the centre here? Let's see what happens. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. The gold hater, which I'm not. I said the other day I'm not a gold hater. I'm getting fed up with gold, but that does change the look, doesn't it? Goes nicely with that orange. Oh, I might start loving this look, you know. Oh, that is nice. On the other side, I might try this one. See if this one will give me a sort of pop of light. I don't know if it can. Oh yes, it can. More subtle, but definitely there. So look how different these two looks are as well. So it's just showing you can get two very different looks from this palette. This one's a much more wearable look, and this one's much more specific to what you're wearing. This side, again, this shows you can go day to night as well. Deepen it up, add a pop of light to take it to that nighttime look. But yeah, it really, this side is definitely very wearable. I'll take this shade for both sides. There's my pop of light here, which I think is quite perfect for, and underneath the brow. Time to get my rescue shade from Tom Ford now to even out this side and make it a little softer, I think. So with the fluffy brush, I'm going to go into my rescue shade here, which is basically like my skin tone shade, and I'm going to go around the edge here to soften. There we are, straight away it just looks better and calmer. We don't have a shade like that in this palette to do it, but I'm sure most of you keep these sorts of shades in your collection. Look how much that helped straight away. The other side is not quite as necessary, but just it will neaten up the edge there when I do it. I'll go with my taupe liner. I don't want any more warmth. I'll go with the taupe from Mario, and I'll put some liner on both eyes and mascara, and then we can be back to see the final look. So I've gone on and added mascara and liner, and guess what? My favourite look is this one. The one that terrified me the most, the one I thought would look the worst on me, and the one I didn't like as I started the look quite as much as this one. So two very different looks, something I couldn't achieve with the purple one, or the plum rather. So I do think we can get two very different looks, and you can really see that here by excluding that orange and the gold. So this one is free of gold and orange, and it's still giving me a very different but really pretty everyday look. But I also thought I would compare it to the big Holiday Couture palette, the face palette that we had, because this one has a similar sort of orange copper metallic almost. So it feels, this look using these two colours sorry, using these three, isn't it? This eye is using these three. They're the real colours you're seeing. Let's compare them to using, if I do a swatch comparison, to using these three from the Couture. So here's the one we're looking at today, and here is the Couture. What I can tell you straight away is something a lot of people have said to me, is that the Couture palettes have better formulas. Definitely. They're much more dry. It is the more classic dry Dior formula in these quints. When I see it compared with this, these are much more rich and creamy, but I still feel the overall effect was as good. So if it's just a question of, if you really prefer that really rich creamy formula from Dior, you're going to prefer the Couture palettes because they do have that, just like with the Canage quints that we got earlier in the year. So definitely now doing them side by side. I was also asked this with the Plum Parade, is it as good as the Canage? And I felt like some of the shades were, but not necessarily all of them. But now I've done this, it confirms for me for sure really that the Couture palettes along with the Canage have that creamy finish, and these quints for Christmas are much more of a dry powdery finish, even though they're shimmers. But they're still very effective, very impactful. But you can see there's a lot more effect coming from these. I love the combination of this and this from the Couture, but I think what makes the Holiday palette here special is that we have a different type of orange, and we've got this red which doesn't swatch very well, which is probably good news for me, not so good for you if you're looking for a deeper red. But these two mixed together, that's what created this effect here, and I love it. And we don't have that shade in the Couture, so I wouldn't get both. I would definitely be choosing one if you're looking at all of these different releases. And obviously with that, when you're spending an awful lot more, you're spending double, and you're getting blushes, highlighters and lipsticks, and you're getting this packaging. So it's really a question of what you want, but I really love it. I'm a stuck record with Dior lately, but I really, really love it. So didn't expect to like this one quite as much as I do, but I really, really do. And this look, just like when I did the Couture look, if you've seen that video, I love this combination, love it. And it includes a gold, so there we are. The word gold and love have actually fallen into the same sentence. So let's now look at the new highlighter and the new blush. So yesterday I showed you the other two shades of the blush. Now we're going to go for the Fiery Red, which if it's classic Dior won't be too fiery and will be manageable, because look how deep this is. Now for me, light application might work, might be a disaster. It's not a colour I would be drawn to, in all honesty. The darkest I've got from Dior in these blushes is the Rosewood, I think it is. Yeah, I think that's my darkest one. It's nowhere near the same, it's a lot deeper. So this is quite a scary tone for me. I'll use my Rapha as always these days. I think on this side I will just put the highlighter so you can see what it looks like on its own first. There we are. Not scary at all. This brush. Rapha, we need another one this holiday please, because it is the best brush on the planet. That's actually really nice. I would never buy this shade. And then I review for you and think, why? Why wouldn't I buy this shade? It's so good with the eyeshadow. When you see it linking up with that red there that I've got in the outer V, I love it actually. I'll take a little time. I'm going to be tentative because if I go over the top of the shade like this, it will look awful on me. But being careful. I mean, this isn't a shade that's going to work with every look for me, a bit like this eye look. It's going to be something I would only wear if it matches up with what I'm wearing. Well, that's really nice. And we're getting, again, extra glow with this blush. It's so glowy. That's what I found yesterday if you saw part one. So glowy. And I would never ever add a highlighter with them or use another glowy blush together, which is something I tried yesterday. I used two shades, the two other new shades together, and the glow just went, because you don't need more. But it's lovely. It's quite a perfecting powder, even though it's glowy, without emphasising texture. I love these formulas. They've really improved them. These three that have launched for Christmas, which by the way are limited edition, they won't be coming back, and once they're gone, so definitely grab one if you want one. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let's try the luminizer on its own on this side first so we can see what it looks like. So this one is the Abraca Dior, like I said, and this one's got pearls in it. Let me see what the details are. Firstly, this is £38 and we're getting the golden lid, so you'll be able to distinguish it from all of the others in the collection. And this one is also limited edition, ultra glittery. Remember the word glitter if you hate glitter. Shade 001. Let's see what this is like. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is pretty. Oh wow. Here we go. Let's look at this. Please lights, let me show you. Don't just show white. Oh, it's got pink. Can you see the pink hints? Come on. It's so hard to get this to work underneath light. Hopefully you can see it. I can sort of see it there. It is so pretty. Wow. It's just like that lipstick from yesterday, if you saw my review. The shimmery lipstick, they are so similar. Yeah, it's the same pink. It's exactly the same pink. So there's the lipstick and there's the highlight. And they both have that pink shift, which my lights don't like showing you. You can see it there, can't you? So pretty. Oh wow. You can see how excited I am. So let's just put a bit of this on my face, I think. I'll just put a dab there. Now look how white that is to start off with. I don't know if this is something that could possibly work on lighter skin tones, and I'm wearing such a warm look today. Is it going to work? Can I see that pink shift? Yeah, oh gosh, yes I can. When I turn then. Now it's going on top of powder, which isn't always its favourite thing to do in all honesty. It does prefer this sort of highlighters to go on top of creams. But if you keep patting, just be a bit patient, it will work. Which it has done. And I'm really hoping, since I struggle so much with my hand, that when I turn my face you will see that pink. Because it's absolutely there. But it's one of these ones almost like the Fenty blush, which will get caught in the light. So when you look at me straight on, can you see it? No. You'll see it as I turn, as it catches in certain lights. But when it catches, it really catches. That is really pretty. I'll put some on top of the blush here. See if it gives a slightly different effect when it's going on top of a red blush. But do keep in mind what I said about how I would never ever add a highlighter to this blush. It's not necessary. It's already got such a glow. I think it's popping a bit more the pink there. But I think this is going to give a cast, if you've got light to medium skin, I think this is going to be a fair skin option only. And it's certainly not an option that works with the look I've gone for today. I just wanted to show both highlighters, but this one is going to be perfect with the Plum Parade. And it's going to be really good on light skin. I think it's too white and too casty possibly for deeper skin tones. It's looking a bit like it's given a cast on me. And that's because I've got such warm shades on. But with my cooler tone makeup, I think it'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful on the eyes as well. Whoa, that is such a party vibe. I love it. I love it. You might be watching it thinking, ugh, I do not like that. I know it's a bit of a Marmite product, isn't it? Oh, I love it. That's a happy product. That's like a Fenty product. It's like Dior have been taking notes down from Fenty, which is music to my ears. I'm going to put the blush now on the other side. So obviously on this side it's going on top of the highlighter. So you can see it when it's a little bit less bold, I suppose. And again, I've got a bit of this red shade in my outer V with this look as well, which makes this eye look quite different when I turn, because you see the red. And now this blush, I can meet them up here. They really are a very nice match. So this, when you see this working on my skin tone, that doesn't mean if you have a deeper skin tone it won't work. Look how quickly I've managed to over apply there. Wow, that pink highlighter is popping through like mad. I think because this blush is so glowy as well, it's like I've just put a huge glow on top of the pink highlighter. It's very playful. but a bit over the top. I wouldn't, like I said, never ever ever use these with any sort of glowy product. It does not need it. But I've definitely managed to over apply, which means I'll go for my Charlotte Tilbury rather than my Dior finishing powder, because I could do with the pink to calm the edges down a bit. So I'm going to go into the pink from this one and just take it around the edges here. It's just a light application on fair skin, and this red works really nicely. Don't use any glowy products with it, as we've established. Light application with the highlighter. Maybe you like to double glow, especially for a party look for the holidays, but on the whole I wouldn't personally do it. There we are, starting to calm down now. So I love the blush. I particularly love it with the eyeshadow, and I adore the highlighter, adore it. So the last thing I've got to show you, which I can't find, there it is, the lipstick. So yesterday I showed you one of these, and I showed you the really sparkly one we just quickly swatched then. There are 4 of these lipstick shades. They are £45, and these are holiday only in these gold packaging. I'll pop a picture up now of the 4 shades, and there's more information in part 1 if you want to see that. So the shade I've got to show you today is 210 Circus Fini Satin. Firstly, we are getting these stars embossed all over the lipstick, which is rather beautiful, which is going with the theme of the whole launch from Dior. So we saw it in the eyeshadow, we saw the little stars here, which you can still see a few in the eyeshadow. We also saw them in the blush. I didn't point that out today, but we are getting little stars in between the D there. And obviously when you get the big face palette or the other eyeshadow, we have the stars. So we also get it embossed on the lipstick, which is rather beautiful. Makes me not want to use it, but I will. So 210 Circus Fini Satin. Hopefully this will be a nice shade to go with this warmer look. Oh, it's a beautiful shade actually. So there it is, very wearable shade. Let's try it on. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is lovely. It's not a real party colour. If you're looking for that, they do have that deep red. It's not a colour I would want to wear. And when you're paying £45, you want to get a colour that you would wear. For me, this is a colour I would wear a lot. Very, very comfortable. I love the Dior Rouge Satin finish. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous finish. One of the best on the market by a mile, along with their new on stage lipsticks, which I also am deeply in love with. I'm deeply in love with Dior, as you've noticed if you watch me. I really am. So there we go. What do you think? I think it would benefit from a liner, but I'll leave it for now. But I do think it would benefit from a deeper liner. Or should I just grab one now? Let me just see what I've got. I've got 2W from Lisa Eldridge. Should we go with that? It's the first one I grabbed since we're going with warms today. Oh yeah, it's instantly better. Oh, that works really nicely with it actually. 2W, so if you've got that one from Lisa Eldridge, love those lip liners. So there we are, that is everything tried on. Another fabulous, fabulous success. So if you saw Plum Parade yesterday, that's definitely going to be my winner of this collection still, but this is gorgeous. If you've got my skin tone, definitely go for the Plum Parade. But it doesn't mean you can't get away with this if you're like me and you've got cool tones that do lean a bit neutral, because I think I'm getting away with it. I do think it's working for me, both looks. Even that bold orange, which I absolutely love. And that's my favourite. Who would have thought? But I am matching with my hair, my little strange orange streak. Which you'll have to get used to because I'm not washing my hair all week and I have loads of videos to do all week. So the orange streak will be coming with me through all my looks, including cool tones. So if I look utterly outrageous, that's why. But it is what it is. Anyway, that is the end of another fabulous review. I'm quite sad to sign off from the Dior Holiday collection, but I will reuse them and hopefully I can make some content that is more about me having fun after all these releases end. So I look forward to doing that, and maybe even getting some feedback from you on what you'd most like to see me try. Which eyeshadow quad do you want to see more of? Which quint? Which big eyeshadow palette? So today it's been this one and it's been special. What do you think? Have you picked this up? Will you be picking this up? What did you think of this blush? Were you put off it, and are you surprised how you can make it work on fair skin? Because you certainly can. Gorgeous, gorgeous lipstick, gorgeous formula, beautiful packaging, and this maximizer, possibly my favourite now. I've got every single shade that's ever launched from the maximizers. I adore them. This could be my new favourite. It is a bit much, it is a bit wild, but it's sparkly, and that's me. It's Fenty Liquid Luminizer. If you're a Fenty fan, you will love that. Just like you will love the lipstick. And a lot of people said, is it like the Fenty, that lipstick? And it is. They are very much Fenty-esque. But you never know, Fenty might have some coming out for the holidays. They have had a few in their gift packs, which, by the way, I've bought all of them. And I will do a video, hopefully before I go on holiday, unpacking them. I haven't even opened them, I haven't looked at them. I wanted to do that with you, so that will be coming up here on my channel, along with numerous other releases that are literally sitting to my left right now waiting to be reviewed. So lots more to come before I go on holiday, and keeping me very busy, but hopefully being helpful in your choices for holiday purchases. And yeah, I'm loving it. It's super busy, but I do really love holiday launches. I do love them, and I can't wait to start playing with them. When I go on holiday, I'm taking loads of them with me. I'm just going to play every day in my week off. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I'd be so delighted if you did. But if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here at the end of another review. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and I really do hope to see every single one of you again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.